Hi everyone, Flynn lives with a Leon A beginner's guide to speedrunning. This is not the advanced strats. This is not what the world record holders etc. do. This is literally an introduction to speedrunning for beginners. So I'm going to be picking up stuff and banking stuff that I don't normally do. I obviously stream on Twitch. I'm a Resident Evil OG speedrunner. I like to watch other people run the game, so I've noticed that when I go into other people's streams, they're trying strats that are way too advanced for their skill set right now. It all comes in time, we all start somewhere, but my goal is just to show, what you should be doing. There's no harm in picking up a phase here and there. We all make mistakes. In this tutorial, I've made quite a few mistakes. I've got poisoned by a spider. I screwed up inventory management and stuff. It happens. But I'm just trying to showcase where phases are and how you deal with certain RNG elements. I have edited this video, God forbid, because I'm not the best at this type of stuff. So I have put advanced strats in there as well. That clip into this video. It's just to show you what the advanced strats are, but really you don't need to be doing that stuff. If I remember rightly, I think this is a 5205, and this is picking up phases and stuff that I don't normally do. This is me taking bites in places I don't normally do. So without further ado, we'll just get the ball rolling. So game starts, we're going to get chucked right into the action straight out of the way. So this is simple enough. We're just going to hold forward and we're going to tap right. So we're going to loop around these zombies here, and then we're going to cut left. Now if you do it right, this zombie won't be here in the alleyway, but just hug the wall. Just hug the wall and you're fine. Now with this version of Resident Evil 2, you can door skip. You can't door skip straight away. We use live split and it has a detailed timer on it. With that detailed timer, we will skip the door at 1.45 seconds. That's the optimal door skip.
What's going on in this town?
Don't worry about that now. We're just focusing on getting your lines right and completing the game. So I'm going to show you certain door triggers to keep an eye out for, which helps you skip the doors, but you're not having to stare at a live split then. So we're going to trigger this door, and right now, as soon as the doorknob turned and it went to its furthest point it could go, I triggered it to open the door. It's about 2 seconds. So with here now, we're just going to aim and we're going to take a bite. This is beginner strats. We're going to be picking up phases. But as you can see the door handle now, as soon as it reaches its bottom point, I've skipped the door. It's about 2 seconds, so slightly slower than 1.45, but it's a good visual cue and you're not having to stare at a timer staring at you. So now the first pain in the bottom of this game is Gandalf, who is literally hugging the gate there. That guy is in different positions every time you run this, so that's the reason why I call him Gandalf, is because you shall not pass. It all depends on there. So we're just aiming down, 3-shot Misty, and we got 1 shot on a boyfriend on the bus there, and down we go. So we're aiming down because we want to cause the stagger with that guy. And then with knowledge of this game, you start learning where you can pre-turn, because pre-turns are going to help you. As soon as you come through a door, if you're holding right, for example, as soon as the door skip's done, you're already turning. And there's certain corners that you have to pre-turn, because if you just hold up and right, you're going to be running into a wall. Now I have cut the cutscenes out on this, I will say that, so we're not going to see much of Marvin here.
Fine, but I'm coming back for you. Just hold on.
So now we're going to run round to the desk round here and activate the computer. Simple enough, I'm just tapping the direction keys. You'll find with Resident Evil 2, movement is key. So you don't want to be holding on to the directions, only on like 90-degree corners and stuff. So you're just kind of tapping. So we're going to go meet the licker now. First encounter with the licker. This is simple enough. Just round here, and it triggers a cutscene, but I've got the movies disabled on my speedrun version of this game. So as soon as he drops, I'm holding forward and I just tap left. That's it. He's not going to get me. So now we're making our way to the Star's office to have our first encounter with Claire. Now this dodge here, I will pause it. This dodge here, as soon as you come through the door, you're going to be holding up and left. And then as soon as you get past the zombie on the right hand side of the screen, you're going to cut left so you can make the staircase. You'll see it now anyway. There we go. As soon as we got past him, we just cut left to go up the stairs. And now we're going to do our first statue push. So I'm keeping wide and then I'm going to cut in. And it's 2 and a bit pushes. And then try to get Leon as center as you can on the statue, because otherwise he'll just keep sliding off unless you get it center. So we're only doing the one statue now because we're going to do the other on the return. So into the Star's office, and this is where we're going to pick our first Faz up. There's a Faz located here. So we're going to grab that. This is safety strats, so this is beginner strats. So, you know, you'll see the world record holders and myself, we don't go for that Faz, but this is literally a beginner's guide. So we've just skipped the Claire cutscene, out the office, pre-turn right, because if you run forward, that zombie's going to tag you. So up and left, push the statue 3 times. And we're going to go 9 pushes, or 8.5 I think you can get away with on this one. As you see, my last push there wasn't a full push, so it triggers the plate. Because if you go too far, that's it then you've got to readjust and it's a nightmare. So with this next section here, I will pause it. There's 2 ways to deal with this guy. This is the beginner's version, and I'm going to show you what we do. But just stick to the beginner's version because we're going to lure the guy away from the wall by aiming at him. And then once he does that, we just run round the side of him, or around the back of him, I should say. Myself, when I run this, I don't aim, I just pre-turn, run towards him, and then I cut to the right and sneak up behind him. But I have got that comparison immediately after this one, so I will apologise if the game volume's different. Unfortunately, I've took clips from PBs and stuff, like you're going to see Marvin, Zombie Marvin. I've used a clip from a recent stream, so I will apologise for the volume. So here we go. We're just going to come down the stairs, aim, let him come away from the wall, and then we're just going to run up behind him. And now we've got what I do. I pre-turn left, aim towards him, and I just tuck in last second there just to get behind him. And now the infamous jazz hands. So just hard left. Now, you like this, I've just stopped, pre-turned and readjusted myself. That's what you should do as a beginner. Do not try and go balls out there and run around that corner hard. Just take a moment, readjust yourself, and hug the wall. So now we're going to do our first bank for picking up the Faz. So we're going to bank the knife, because you're never going to use the knife with Leon. So straight over to the maiden statue. And we're going to get our first key. Now this is the first dodge we're going to be doing, is the liquor dodge. So I am going to pause it before we go through this door. As soon as it hits the next frame, I tap right twice. I'm aiming for the windowsill. So I'll play it and I'll pause it on the frame. So as we're coming forward, hit the next frame, I start tapping right because I'm aiming for here. I want to hit the windowsill and then hard right back into the room here. And that liquor just kind of stumbles a little bit. He's not sure what's going on. He doesn't swipe. This ladder's simple. It's 6 pushes, or you can push it all the way to the end. Entirely up to you. And we're just going to pick the crank up. So on the way out now, it's just forward and right, aiming for the door. And luckily there's no jazz hands anymore. It was only for that one encounter. And now we're going to get our first gem. Again, lines just, you know, up there, left, right. Hit the fireplace, and as soon as you hit the fireplace, just open your inventory, up one to the lighter, and away you go. Resident Evil 1 OG, you are triggering techs and pickups by sort of holding action. RE2 is definitely a mashing one. You are mashing action all the time to trigger doors and stuff. So again, we'll do the same dodge again. And now we're going to do the second red gem pickup, which I actually screw up. It's like a drive-by. You just got to go by, cut in and grab it, and I overshot it. As you can see, I had to readjust myself. Now, this is going to be the first RNG. Well, not necessarily the first, sorry. This is going to be the most awkward RNG, and it's the bottom of the end stairs corridor. There is a zombie. Depending on his placement, you either go around him or you cut inside him. On this particular RNG, I've got the zombie where I'm going to cut on the inside because his whole body's showing. I have another clip afterwards to show you how to do the outside loop. So as we come through the door, he's going to be visibly shown his whole body. So I'm going to cut in on the inside. You see he was a bit further away from the corner. And then now's the next one. So we're going to haul down here and we're going to go on the outside because he was baiting towards the inside. It's a difficult dodge. It just comes with practice and, you know, getting your positions right. And he does have a troll line where he sat in the middle waiting for you. So, you know, don't ever get bummed by that. That's why we have the Faz from the Stars office, because you are going to take bites like this along the way. So this is a simple enough puzzle. It's the first two bookcases and it's the second option. So we're going to trigger that second, that one second. I always aim to be here by the cutscene. That's my goal. If I can be just round that corner when the cutscene comes in, I'm on good pace. With this particular zombie here, just hug the wall, don't try and cut in. You know, they're a lot faster than you think, so you might as well just take a wide line there. So we're just triggering doors on the handles, you know, or you can count 2 seconds, entirely up to you. And now we're going for the valve. Now, I'm going to explain about this particular first dodge we're going to do here, because we're going to loop around. So I will get ready to pause it. So here now, we're going to come down and we're going to have Misty and her boyfriend. A lot of runners, we all pre-turn left and we cut across. Do not do that if you're a beginner. As soon as you're at the bottom of the stairs, just hold forward and left and loop round. Take the wide line, because the pre-turning, if you pre-turn too much, you're going to run straight into Misty, and then her boyfriend's going to move forward and he's going to be right there. So as I come to the bottom of these stairs, I'm just holding up and left. As soon as I trigger the stairs, because the stairs are a door as well, so 2 seconds, I'm going to loop round and cut in on the inside. So here we go. So just up and left and run. Loop round, cut across. There you go. And then we're going to go get the valve, which is awkward because you can end up running into the chair quite a lot here. So just readjust yourself, keep tight towards the green generator there. And that should be a good pickup for you. Now on the way back, I will pause it. Misty and her boyfriend are another pain in the bottom. So here, you want to be keeping your line sort of where I am here, or slightly to the left. And as you're coming across, you're just avoiding him, and you are going to come down here because Misty's she's looking, she's going to turn and she's going to go. So we're just going to come across quickly left, that's it, and we just avoid a lunge. It catches all of us out, it catches everybody out. So don't ever get disheartened if you're getting bit there. Again, that's why we've got the Faz. Until you are competent, not competent, that's the wrong word, sorry. Until you are able to do RPD 1 and 2 without taking damage, you've got to get the Faz. When you can do RPD 1 and 2 with no damage, you don't need that Faz. And even if you take one bite, you know, like my particular PB is 50 minutes and 17 seconds. So I think I'm 50th on the leaderboard. You know, I've took silly bites in places, it happens, but you know, luckily I'm competent enough to not go into caution, stuff like that. I know where the lines are and stuff. This one's simple, just hug the wall, cut in there, and now we're going to pick the diamond key up. And then with that, we're going to hit the back wall, we're going to place our first gem. So I'm holding back, run, and right, just to turn like that. And then we're just going to turn left and we're going to get the plug that's sticking out the dude's chest there. This next dodge, simple enough. Don't try and get cocky. Just run down here, hit the back wall, readjust yourself and loop round. Trying to do it in one smooth motion. You know, you can do it, of course you can, but we're just going safe, aren't we? So we've got to go now and do the liquor dodge again. Now, this liquor dodge, I actually messed it up on this run, but I'm aiming for the same thing. I'm aiming for the windowsill, but instead of cutting back into the room, we're going to be heading down the hallway. So again, frame, I start turning. Oh, no, I actually got it. For some reason, I thought I didn't get it, but that's what we're aiming for. And now we've got another misty dodge. Again, this is simple enough. We go through this door, we're holding up and right. We're going to put the brakes on. We're going to pre-turn and run on the inside, just like that. Now, this is the evidence room. I'll pause it right here. So we have a zombie lurking behind the locker here, and we got these three dudes here. YOLO evidence is when you just go. As soon as you trigger the door, you run. I don't YOLO evidence room. I wait a couple seconds for this zombie just to make his way over here a bit more, and then I'm going to run round here, and then you can either do it in one swoop where you don't come off the brakes at all, or you can come around the back of this guy here, pre-turn and run towards the door. So wait, there we go, right round the back. I just stopped, I readjusted my line and I hit the door. And now we have Marvin. I absolutely messed Marvin up because I thought it was a, but I will pause it actually. Marvin has 3 speeds, slow, medium, fast. It's hard to tell. It is hard to tell. My advice is always go for slow Marvin position. You've got the Faz. It's not the end of the world. You can take 2-3 bites and still be okay in RPD 1. So I thought this was a fast Marvin, so I tried to bait the lunge. The problem is, because he was slow Marvin, he was a lot closer to me. Immediately after this, I have got what you do with slow Marvin, but fast Marvin, you don't know until you pick the key up, and then as you start turning, you realise, yep, he's going to get me. So as Marvin turns here, I'm holding back, run and right, so I can turn Leon, run forward, get the key, and as you can see, I thought that was a fast Marvin, so I tried baiting around the back, but he was sat in the middle waiting for me. So now here is the proper version, and I do apologise, this was just on a friendly race with some guys I recorded. So again, I'm holding back, right, and run. Just going to turn there now, pick the key up, I'm going to pre-turn right, and I'm going to haul ass out of there. There we go. So now we're going to be heading our way over to Aegis shot now. So again, simple now, we're just up left and then cut through the door. Now, this particular zombie here, a lot of runners just run forward. Not him, sorry, there's a zombie waiting for you down here. A lot of runners just run forward, that's fine, but this guy waiting for you can troll. As you can see here, when I go forward, I start running in to the desks and running into the desks along there. The guy's not going to grab you when you do that. So as you can see now, I've cut into the desk and I'm running into it. That's going to stop that dude from grabbing you. It's the safe line. Running straight forward is always a gamble. Now this dog dodge is always the same. Always the same. So we're going to come round the corner to the right now. And we're just going to hug the wall. And he's going to miss us. And then now we're going to encounter Ada for the first time. I've kept this cutscene in here because immediately after this cutscene, you're going to help Ada push the van out of the way. Now, there's a particular way of doing this. It's nothing fancy. You can pre-turn, etc. like that. What all I do is I hold forward and right, wait till I'm alongside Ada, and then I'm going to switch to forward and left. I'm going to loop round the back of it, and I'm going to get the far side of that van that's there.
I'm looking for some guy named Ben. He's one of those reporter types, always looking for a scoop.
Because you'll be able to see the angle now when it cuts to the actual takeover.
There's a car barring the entrance. I've been trying to find another way inside. If we work together, we can move this thing. Give me a hand here.
So I'm holding forward, right, and run. I'm gonna there. As soon as I get alongside her there, I've switched to left and I've looped the far side of the van. It just means I'm closer to the door then when we trigger it. And I don't know if anyone noticed, but they spelt dial 911 as Dale 911. Curse you, Sweaker, for pointing that out to me, because now I can't forget about it. So now we're gonna go meet Ben. A couple of doors that are tricky on the way, so I'm just gonna explain them, and then Ben's cutscene's been cut out. So we're going to hit here, aim for the middle of that gate, and as we come through here, you need to trigger it about there, where it was a slightly different colour. Leon turned quick into that conversation then, and that was because I triggered the right part of the door. If you go too far, it's just going to, he's going to end up kind of walking back and forth from the gate cell, getting in the right position. So now you're going to see me get poisoned by a spider. So we're going to go into the dog kennels. This is free, no dogs in here, so we're just going to come over here, inventory, and we're going to use the manhole straight down here. Now you're supposed to keep in the middle. I don't know, I was a bit off here, so as I've gone to him, I've gone round, and I got missed. So this is good, because if you do get poison, I'm going to show you where the blue herb is now, which is in here. I'm just going to pick that up and use that, and then he'll be back into fine. So at least you know where the blue herb is now, if the spider ever poisons you. So we're going to go in here. We're going to come in here later on. This is where we fight the G mutant, but we're just going to go in here and put 2 of the plugs in. Now, as you can tell, I'm doing slow inventory. I'm not using quick inventory inputs. You'll see all the big boys, their inventory skill is phenomenal. Do not waste your time trying to do quick inventory. It's more about lines and consistency. That's what you're aiming for now.
I'm with the RPD.
Stuff like quick inventory and YOLO strats, that's what you start doing when you're sub 50. Don't worry about that until you're there.
You think we can get upstairs through this shaft? Give me a boost. I'll go and check.
So we're going to cut to the Ada section of the game now. The dodges are always the same with the dogs. Always the same. As we come through the door, we're going to take a few steps, and then we're going to cut right, and then we're going to take a hard left. So left now, and then we're going to cut right, hard left, and through the door there, and we're going to go down to the box pushing section. So with Ada, the box I'm on now, 6.5 pushes, or you can do 7 like I did there. I think it was one of those things, you know, you're used to counting it when you do it, but I was talking to some of the lads in Discord while I was filming this, recording this I should say, and then just 2 pushes on this one. So 6.5 and 2. Pre-turn, just run out of here. And then we're going to hit the control panel. Again, with RE2 and RE1, it's all about pre-turns. Because if you hold up and left, you're going to take wide lines. So pre-turns, get used to them. And then the same again, we're just going to come through this door, we're going to go right, and then we're going to take a tight left then to avoid the dog. So immediately right, and then we're going to go on the inside here and hit the door before the dog gets us.
Leon, can you hear me?
Ada, did you find anything?
Right here. Hey, I can't reach the ventilation hole. I'm going to have to find another way around. I'll catch up with you later.
What? Ada, wait!
So now we've got the club key. We're going to go back past the spiders. This is free every time. So just up and right, run, hit the back wall there and just hug it. And that spider that's turboing down there is going to miss you every time. So now we're heading back to the RPD. So we're basically just backtracking. I will pause this on a certain frame because there's a certain liquor dodge here. I actually get swiped by the liquor. So as we come through this door, we're going to, tell you what, I'll pause it to show you. As we come through here, we're going to go tight along here. So as you come round here, you want to hug the wall tight there. And then as you come round, see, I went extremely wide there. You want to hug here, and as soon as you hit this mark here, you are going to hard left to the door. Hard left to the door, and then immediately go right. And the reason why? That dude sat there waiting for you. So as soon as you go past that shadow, if you hard left to the door, and then hit the door, and then just direct yourself right, again, it's that windowsill sort of dodge. The licker's like, oh, what's going on here? And he doesn't swipe. But I actually take a swipe here and I go into caution. So luckily, I had the first aid that we picked up in the STARS office. So I'm going to go up here. If I remember, I heal myself. And then we're going to go and use the club key now and get the Magnum. Now the next door we go through has the most awkward hitbox ever. This door here. Sometimes you can hit it bob on and sometimes you can't. Now, this return, we want to hug the wall here. Don't go into that office. We just need to, run alongside it. And we're going to tap right. We're going to tap left and we're going to tap right. So basically you're going to be running along here. Tap right to go that way, tap left to go that way, and then we're going to go right because there's 3 zombies dotted across, as you'll see here. So that's it, right, left, right, and then we're triggering the door. Now this is the horde section. I am showing you the beginner's safe strat to do this. I also have put a clip immediately after this to show you YOLO horde. Don't YOLO horde. I keep seeing lots of newbies trying to YOLO horde. If you get bit by 1, you are going to get bit by 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. And then your run's dead. You just got to complete runs. So these are safe strats to make sure you complete your runs every time. So this is the one I use. I've got a 50-17 with no YOLO strats or no advanced strats because my goal is to sub 50 with that and then start implementing advanced strats in. So here we go, we're just going to come through the door, pre-turn right, and we're going to sit there and wait. Use the white book, and then we're going to run round, loop round the back of them here. It gets a bit Monker-esque, don't trust me, but you're safe. Now this is the YOLO strat. I can only get that. Oh, sorry. Let me just stop a second. I can only get that out of 5 times doing it. I can only get it 3 times, and then it's a run killer. You've just killed 2 runs if you've got 5 runs going. So just, I wouldn't worry about it. Red hallway, I screw the first zombie up here, but I will explain this one to you. Here we go. There's YOLO. It is cool when you pull it off, but you know, right. Red hallway. As I came through that door, I'm aiming against this wall here because I want to bait this zombie over here, and as soon as I hit a certain point, I'm going to hard right and loop around him. I messed this up, as you'll see. Dude just came and turboed. Well, he didn't turbo at me. I don't think I baited him enough. So I take a bite here. Now the next dodge is another Misty and another boyfriend, and yeah, this is I think I've got like on my 5017, I think I've got like 11 seconds in red hallway because I got bit by everybody. So we're just going to shake this dude off, and then we're going to run here. Now hit the back wall, just hit the back wall, and then as you come round here, Misty's going to come forward for you. So as you come round here, you can do it in one smooth motion, but just hit the back wall like here, and then pre-turn left, and then just cut back here like I just did then. But it's worth just putting the brakes on because you're going to lose, you know, minute amount of time. But if Misty bites you, you know, not only are you going to be losing HP, you know, you're going to be losing 3-4 seconds per bite. So now we're going to enter the back room here. I haven't picked it up, but I'm just showing you now. There's a Faz there. The deal is with that Faz, you have to pick it up before you pick that up, because as soon as you pick this item up and you run away from the case, you're going to trigger a licker here. So Faz first, then the item, and then the licker's going to come through. Because I'm going to show you now, because just as an example, I showed you what it's like trying to pick the Faz up after the lickers come in. So here we go. Lickers come in, and it's tight. To be able to trigger that Faz without getting swiped is, you know, hard. So, you know, just another one of these sections here. We're going to do the lighter, middle, right, and left. Now this pickup is an absolute nightmare. So what we're going to do is we're going to run down here. We're going to aim for here. We're going to aim for here because that means we're going to hit the cog, because if you go too far, you're going to trigger the painting and you just keep staring at a painting, which is annoying. So just aim for the pillar. There you go. And we've got it first time. Now, red hallway return. Yeah, it's not pleasant, but you know, we'll go through it. So this guy's easy every time, just on the inside. Now, I go tight. Sorry, if you look, when we go to the next camera frame, I'm tight on the left wall, and that's because of Misty. So as you can see here, I loop round, you got Misty sat there waiting. So Misty's there, and her boyfriend sat right here, just off the screen waiting for you. So I run round the back here, trying to keep as tight as I can to the wall, and then as soon as I get to Misty, I cut hard across here. And then round him, and then you want to always aim for this wall, so you're running alongside this wall because that dude's always going to be there. And then now we have to do the horde, but in reverse, which is simple enough. We just come round here, we're going to go right, loop round the back of them, keep a straight line, there we go, and we're just going to trigger the door. And now we're going back to the library because that's going to take us to the clock tower. Now at the top of this ladder, some lickers. Just hold up, left and run. Bounce off him. As you'll see now, we run into him, we bounce. If you pre-turn, you're just costing yourself time and he will swipe you. So at least running into him, he's kind of like, whoa, what's going on? Now the next bit I've done very slow inventory management because I'm going to explain, because I'm going to showcase something, which is basically if you have to open your inventory to use something, right, you want to equip an item as well, like a gun or whatever. Sorry, because I'm not used to having a Faz and stuff, all of them are in the wrong place at the moment. So as we go up to here now, we have to insert the cog, but we're going to need the Magnum soon. So as I come here, I'm going to equip my Magnum and I'm going to place the cog in, because the idea is you're going to see a few of this and I will point them out. Because we have to open the inventory to put the cog in, we might as well equip the Magnum because we are going to need that. So as you can see, Magnum, cog, and then I'm spamming action now to trigger that. There we go. Because now we're going to be making our way back to the plug room where we're going to fight the G mutant that bursts out of Ben's chest. So I've cut most of the cutscene. Now here I'm spamming run because that's like a cancel button, so that's getting me off that file.
I have a feeling that's where I'll find John.
So he's gonna have a conversation with Claire.
Do you read me, Claire? We now have access to the back of the parking lot.
Got it.
I'm getting out of here and heading to the sewer. Can you meet me there?
I'm on my way.
So I actually pull off the spider dodge on this one. So we're going to go back down to where the spiders are. Same again. We're going to loop round this one. Don't get too close to the first one. So we're going to hit the back wall. There we are. Come down the middle. And he's just sat there waiting around the corner for me. But this time he missed me. So as soon as we go through this door, we're just holding up and run. Because we're going to trigger the G mutant scene. So this is what burst out of Ben's chest, who was in the prisoner cell. So I'm holding up, left and run, and I'm going to put the brakes on here. Stick around here. Maybe there's probably the max you should really go with your sort of right foot, because you want to be able to get the shot into him, so he can take 6 to 7 shots depending on what sort of RNG you get, or your placement as well. So I kind of stick around here. Now, everything I do boss fight here is not quick shots. I'm showing you how to do just normal shots. So I'm holding aim and I'm just holding action down. So we got 1, 2, 3. Now he's just dropped on the floor, which is never good RNG. But these little creatures he's just puked up here, they cling to you and they bite you. So as soon as these creatures jump on you, I'm still holding aim and I'm still shooting, but I'm spamming left and right. I'm literally spamming left and right because it's going to shake these off. So as you can see, I just shook them off. I end up getting the shot there. I've got 1 clinger, but I can get the pieces in time before he bites me and get through the door. And as soon as I get through the door, it's not attached to me anymore.
Ada! What was that all about?
So the next room we go into, I'm going to pick a Faz up. I never pick this Faz up. I'm just doing it to show you there's a Faz there.
That thing that got Ben.
I was there, Leon. I know.
Look, Ada. As an officer, it's my job to look out for you. But we're not going to get through this alive if we don't work together. Okay?
All right. We'll do this your way for now.
So a bit of a boring section. We're just running through some water and up a bank or whatever you want to call it. We're going to trigger this door, going to pre-turn left and run round Ada. But like I said, I'm picking up a Faz here in that locker. I never picked that up. I'm just pointing it out that that's where it is. Now here comes a key moment in the game. And when I say a key moment, you can save yourself time by doing something very simple here. As soon as you take control of Ada here, we're going to unequip the gun.
I have to talk to her.
And I'll explain when we get there. So literally into the inventory, unequip the gun, and run. So we're going to follow Annette up here. Drop, so you can unequip the gun to any point here now at the bottom ladder. So from when we take over from Ada to now, unequip it. Because when we run round that corner, there was a gunshot. If Ada's got the gun in her hand, Annette will shoot the gun. So the gun hits the floor. At the end of this slap scene, Ada goes and picks the gun back up and costs you about 3 to 4 seconds because she ends up bending down to pick the gun up before you can take control of it. So always unequip the gun because you're never going to need it with Ada. And then it literally makes this scene quicker. Now I've kept this scene in because one of my mods, Crayons, absolutely loves this scene because it's the, you know, the slap that's heard around the world. So after this now, Ada would have picked that gun up. But now we can take straight control of her and run away. Now, this cutscene now, when it fades to black, this is a door. So you can trigger this early. So you can, 2 seconds, trigger it. And it is a door. So, a lot of people hang on to it. You can cost yourself like 4 or 5 seconds on this one. So you just literally, after 2, I've triggered the door. But 1.45 is when, when you're using a detailed timer, you'll do it. So now we're back as Leon. Don't get too cocky with these spiders here. Just run down, take it wide, because if you cut too close, they'll just tag you. And these spiders, well, this one particular spider now, he's come close quite a few times to poisoning me. So as you're going to see now, we're going to lower the bridge. So we're going to go here, we're going to use the valve. But once you finish the movement with the valve, you go back into your inventory. I'm going to equip the handgun because we're going to need that for Birkin. Again, it's just little time saves like that, not having to open your inventory. So now we've got the handgun. We're going to use it for the croc, and we're going to use it for Birkin because you don't want to be wasting your magnum ammo. So I'm doing, obviously, beginner strats, so we're not doing quick croc. We're just doing ordinary croc, I suppose you'd call it. But, just like everything else, I have showcased quick croc straight after this one. But please don't do it unless you are 100% comfortable with it, because if you screw this up, it's game over. See, like I've triggered the gas bottle now, and I'm just going to position myself and wait for him. You only save 2 seconds doing quick croc. It's not worth it. Only world record holders, etc. do this because they need that time. So as soon as I trigger the next door, the next clip's going to come in, and that's my quick croc. Here we go. Sorry, the game volume's a bit louder here. So now we're waiting for an audio and a visual cue. We want the crocodile to bump his nose 3 times, and as soon as he touches the 3rd time, we're going to hit the switch. 2, 3. There you go. And then he quickly goes and gets it. Boom. It saves 2 seconds. If you screw that up, he is going to completely miss the bottle, and he's just going to go for you, and that's your run dead. don't do quick croc until you're aiming for great times. It's not worth the time save. So now we're back to triggering the cutscene. Ada's just going to waffle on about how John's dead and she doesn't really care. But what's great about this scene is you get a free heal. So Ada patches you up now, and if you're at like 100 HP, you're going to come away after this cutscene with 200 HP. So it's a free heal.
That's 2 I owe you.
Don't mention it.
Now the next section of this game, Ada's going to be following you, and Ada likes to be a brick wall, so she does block you from turning quite a lot and stuff. So you've got to take certain lines, but it comes with practice. So we're going to haul ass up here now, and we're going to go and get our last, sorry, not our last, we're going to get our first medal. So there we go. I've lured her over to the left, and then I've turned right and come down here. I actually get caught here now in a second. And then we're going to go and use the valve. Excuse me. Now, the next medal we're going to get, there's a particular line I take because Ada will block you from dropping down. So we're going to quickly run across here, and after we come down this ladder, I'm going to pre-turn right, and I'm going to loop like that, and then I'm going to turn in here, and that keeps Ada there. Then I can pre-turn, down I come, she's not blocking me from dropping down. The zombie around the corner here, you can get as close as you like to him because he's not going to catch you. So I run across here straight, I wait till here, and then I start turning right, and I'm going to trigger this here. Because once it goes to the next frame, you're too far away from this panel then. Or you have to turn directly facing it then, so I just tend to sort of do it there and catch it early. So simple enough, just round the corner, trigger the door, same again through the door, round the corner, but we're going to activate the control panel for the tram. Turn it on, yep. And then we're going to run in the door here. Now we've got Train Birkin, but this isn't Train Birkin, this is like, he's just on the roof putting his claw through the roof of the tram. So again, just aim one shot. Wait for the dust to start coming, run forward, aim, shoot, and just repeat the cycle. Don't shoot too soon because the arm won't register the hit and you end up having to put another bullet into him, which costs you time. So just wait that little bit longer and then shoot. Now the next section is a nightmare. When I say a nightmare, if Ada is... she can get a bit gun crazy and you're going to take a bite off a zombie now, an intentional bite, but if Ada gets a bit too carried away with a gun, that can reset this zombie. You can end up taking 2 to 3 bites. So we're going to come in here, hard right, hard left into this dude, and we're going to spam our action in our directions to shake him off through the door. Next dodges are a bit more complicated. We're going to come here, we're going to keep it tight here, because we're going to come forward to bait this guy here, and then we're going to pre-turn right and we're going to run around him. This dude's got another mate sat down here waiting for us, and we're going to do the same thing. So there we go, bait him, hit the back wall, bait him, run around. Now we're going to pick up some magnum ammo. You have to pick this up. This is not like a beginner's strat, this is what everyone does. And there's a Faz here, which I've shown here now by running into the cabinet to show you. There's a Faz there if you need it. Or want it, I should say. So now we're going to go into the tram. We're going to pick up some more magnum ammo. And we're going to pick up the key to activate this platform. So in here, pick the key up. Pick up the magnum ammo. And now we're going to do one of these inventory things where we're going to equip the magnum while having to do the key. So as soon as we hit this platform, you're going to hit inventory, you're going to combine your magnum with the magnum ammo, and then you're going to equip the magnum, and then you're going to use the key, as you'll see here. Combine magnum, equip it, and use the key. Because we have to go into that inventory to use the key, we might as well, you know, reload our magnum and equip it. Now this is train Birkin, so I have this in real time now, and then I've got a clip that's inserted immediately after this fight and slowed down so I can explain it better to you and you can see it better. Now this is a 3-3-2, and this is no quick shots. There's a 4-4-1 and a 3-3-2, but the 3-3-2 is a lot better. So as soon as the dude hits the deck, we are holding up, left and run. And we are aiming to be here. So we're going to run over here. As soon as the frame changes, I've quickly held aim, and that's like a quick turn. So I get my 3 shots off, I pre-turn left, run to the corner, do the same thing. Now I'm holding back and run to dodge the first claw swipe, and then as soon as that his arm's gone past my chest, when he's gone to swipe for me, I then aim 2 shots. So now we've got it in slow-mo. So as you can see, I'm heading over to here. As soon as the frame changes, I immediately hold aim and then I hold fire. So we're going to do 3 shots, 1, 2, and the third. I'm going to drop my aim, and then I'm going to pre-turn left, and I'm going to run into this nook here. And as soon as I hit it, I aim 1, 2, 3, and then I'm holding back and run. There you go. As soon as his claw's gone past, I quickly aim 1, 2, and then he has this cycle here. He can't take any damage when he's doing this, so just reload your gun. Don't open your inventory, just literally hold aim and hit action, and Leon will do this reload here. So let him have his little moment here because he can't take damage, and then boom, and now he's down. So we just pre-turn and off we go. I think I was a bit of an idiot here as well, because I'm pretty sure I've left this Ada scene in here, so we'll just skip it a little bit because she's just waffling on about how much she loves him. And right, here we go. I'm going to pick up additional magnum ammo. I don't do this.
I don't want to lose you.
But this is beginner strats again. So pick up this magnum ammo because it gives you that extra, you know, breathing space. Can you see it there? There's the magnum. And then we're going to run to the box here, and we're going to bank the pistol because we don't need that. Or you can bank the valve, whatever. So now we're going to head to the cold room so we can get the fuse. And we're going to pick up a Faz here first. Again, safe strats. So pick the Faz up there. We're going to pick the fuse up. Now we're going to run over here, open our inventory, equip the magnum, and then put the fuse in. Because this saves us opening the inventory later on to equip it, because we're going to need it for the MO disc room. Now, the MO disc room is torture on this game. Once you get it dialed, you're laughing, but it can ruin runs. But we've picked that extra magnum ammo up, so we can be a bit more frivolous with it. So now we're going to put the fuse into the main console in the center here. You can equip the magnum there if you want to. I just do it when I was putting the fuse in the cold room. So here we're going to run forward and we're going to take a wide line to activate this box because there's 2 IVs sat here waiting for you. So we're going to pre-turn left. I'm just going to run against this back wall here. So pre-turn left, run against the back wall, miss him every time. Pre-turn right, hit the ladder because there's an ivy there for you. Now, excuse me. Now we've got the licker dodge. You have got 3 lickers waiting for you at the end of this corridor. There is certain manipulations that you can do to avoid this. So I'm going to explain to you how I do it. So as I come through this door, I'm holding up and left. And what we're doing, as soon as we come in, we're aiming for this light here. We want to have a little bit of the light showing on Leon's back. So as I come here, you see I pause. I've got a little bit of light there and there. I wait a second or two, and then I start running. And as I run down here, the minute didn't work here because that that licker should have jumped at me, but I got through with no damage. It's all about taking your time. Don't go balls out round that corner because they're just going to ambush you. And there's another item box there if you wanted to bank something there. Now we're going to Birkin's lab, so the dodges are a bit tight on this one, but you have to do it basically. So as you come through here, we're going to tuck in here to avoid him. We're going to be holding left, right, so left to go around in and right, straight in here, pick up the red key, turn back around, and we're going to hug the wall on the way out. Now we're going to do the safe line, cutting across here. So it's all about timing and movement on that one. You know, you're going to take bites, but that's why we're picking up extra phases. Now, we have the licker manip for the way back now. So with this one, the manip is we're going to walk 1 step, we're going to run 1 step, we're going to walk 1 step, and then we're going to run before the camera angle changes. This should, in theory, put the first licker on his back legs, and then we can run past him, cut left, and then cut right. So it doesn't quite work out if I remember on this one. So look, we're going to walk 1, run 1, walk 1, run, and then we're going to cut across here, and then take a swipe there, and no one's going to lose any sleep over a swipe there. That's not a bad one swipe. Lickers is brilliant. Doing it with no damage is perfection. So pre-turning now, because you don't want to run into that ivy. And then we're just going to come around here, take it wide. Don't try and be cocky and cut in there because he'll just grab you and spray whatever the hell that is. Now we're going to the ammo disc room. So I've got 3 different versions of this because I actually failed the ammo disc room on this one. So as we come in and we trigger the door, we're immediately going to aim and shoot. Because the zombie sat there waiting for us. We're going to pick up the magnum ammo there. And there's the dead zombie. We're going to trigger the machine. And then we're going to run down here. I didn't pre-turn. I got a little bit carried away and just kind of ran round there. Luckily, I've got 2 phases. So I'm in caution. Use one of the phases. I could pick up the other phase that's there to the left. Oh, I did anyway. And we do it that way. Now here is the kill 'em all strat. You have got enough magnum ammo to kill every zombie in here. Don't be a hero. It's all about finishing runs. You can look to implement better ammo disc room strats later on. If you're 57 minutes now or 56, this is going to take you, off the top of my head, 8 seconds to kill these zombies and pick up the disc. It's worth the 8 seconds because it's just going to save you from being in caution, danger, anything like that. So I've just killed that one zombie, same strat. I'm going to pick up the magnum ammo and then I'm going to run round, turn the machine on, and as I come round here, just shoot him. Then forgot about the one there, pop his head, pick up the disc, and off we go. And then I've got the perfect ammo disc room now. Again, shoot the dude there, pick the magnum ammo up, come round, and then I'm going to loop round the back, pre-turn right, tuck in there, pick up the disc, and on the way out. Apart from running into that little bit of the wall there. So now I've skipped the the Annette scene, and I've also skipped the Ada scene on the next one because I don't think anyone wants to watch that.
All employees proceed to the emergency car at the bottom platform.
So now I'm going to show you 2 ways to deal with the naked zombies.
Leon.
We call them naked zombies because they are literally naked zombies.
What everyone's been dying for.
So I've just skipped the Ada scene. So as we come through this door, up and left, we're going to run behind the ivy. It's the safest option. I know people say it's Monker-esque, but it's the safer option, doing it that way. We're going to pre-turn down here. The next door, as soon as we trigger the door, we're going to hold aim and shoot. Because it's quicker. There you go. Aim and shoot. Run up to here. Aim and shoot. And now we're going to dodge the 3 naked zombies. So we're going to go inside. There you go. Just like that. It's not a bad dodge at all, but it has caught a lot of people off. Because if you take it too wide, that's it. And now I'm going to show you just the kill 'em all strat, because you have got enough magnum ammo if you pick up those extra magnums like I was showing you. So kill him, kill this one, kill this dude here, and then we're going to kill the next one, and we're just going to run safe there on the inside and put the ammo disc in. Now, on my beginner's tutorial recording of this, which we're about to cut into, I majorly screw up G4 because my positioning was wrong. So I'm going to show you what to do when it doesn't happen. So now we're going to activate the elevator, and then Birkin's going to come flying through here, but I screw my positioning up. So when we take back control of Leon, I'm holding up and run. So I'm going up and run, and then I'm turning. I want to be on the P, and I'm over here on the L. So we're aiming down, 1, 2, 3, 4. But as we're aiming down, we're also turning right, because if you don't turn right, your 4th shot will miss him. So aim down, shoot right, and then you hold, aim down, shoot, and you're holding right as well, so you're moving along. Now, he doesn't jump on top of these silos like he's supposed to, he stays there. So I'm just going to combine my magnum. I'm going to take a few bites here and stuff, but, you know, I've got 2 phases there, so it's all good. I'm going to take a bite here, get launched down here. Use the phase. I miss this shot here, and then as soon as he comes down, I just aim again, and we're done. The next clip is going to be the perfect G4. So here we go. So I'm holding up and forward. Well, sorry, this isn't the clip, so I'm going to activate the lift first, and then we're going to cut to the clip. There you go. So again, I'm holding up and run, and then I'm going to, once I hit him or get close to him, I'm going to aim for the P. So forward, 2, 3, 4. This is going to turn him into Dog Birkin or whatever you want to call it. And he's going to jump on top of these silos here. So I'm going to position myself in a different way. So we're going to walk over here. Oh, sorry. And I'm reloading. You want to be in line with this column here. You want to be in line with it. And then when you aim and point up, you want Leon's bandages to be there. You know, sort of like the bottom of his bandages across the top here. So in theory, we want to get Birkin stuck up here so he just keeps jumping up and he doesn't jump down. So we're going to put 3 shots into him. He jumps. 1, 2, 3. He's going to jump again. and he's just stuck up there, and that's how we do it. I probably went too far over because you shouldn't be able to see Leon's right side of his body, but it still worked. It still worked. That's the main thing. You just got to keep in line with that pillar. And then here we are. This is the end of the game. So I'm just going to wait for the game time to load up. See, there we are, a 5205, and that's doing safe strats. That's me getting poisoned by the spider. That's me going into caution from the liquor, and that's me screwing up inventory because of banking the knife. The inventory was in different places compared to what I'm used to. So I won't lie, it did throw me off a little bit. See, that's not a bad time at all, and that's doing safe strats. That's just by getting movement right. You know, we were dealing with stuff that normally I would dodge or avoid if I was doing my other type of runs, but on this one's we dealt with them. So this, if you do everything in this, you're going to be okay. Honestly, you can sub 50 this game doing these strats. You're going to want to lose the stars phase, but that's when you get more confident in RPD 1 and 2. Once you get more confident in 1 and 2, then ditch the stars phase. There's I think it's like 6 or 7 seconds, or is it 5 or 6 seconds, I believe, you lose by picking up that phase. So, you know, there's instant time save there. There's no point watching the world record holders and trying to mimic their runs because they are phenomenal. People like Pyramid, Secret, RE2, their inventory management is amazing. Their lines are perfect. It's just, you're not going to be able to compete to them if you're just starting out. So these are just the basic strats on what you've got to do. Now I have got another 30 seconds of this video because I wanted to show you 2 different types of basketball court. So the basketball court, we took a bite at the start of the game. Now I'm going to show you how to do a no damage one, but this is RNG dependent. So, you know, don't worry about the basketball court. That's why I didn't put it at the start, because I don't want you focusing on that. You are only going to lose 3 or 4 seconds in the basketball court. Let's focus on the rest of the game. Just don't worry about that now, but I will show you for the sake of showing you. So the first basketball court is going to be a no damage. So to be safe, I'll pause it so I can show you. As we hit here, oh no. See this line here? That's where it triggers the cutscene. Now, I quickly ran there, I aimed, and I went too early. So now what you're going to see me do is I'm going to back into that line to trigger the cutscene. Run forward. I'm going to aim and aim down. I'm going to shoot this dude here. And then I'm going to cut in here. So 1, 2... cut in there. There's a no damage basketball court. You're not going to get that every time. Now this one is a perfect dodge. This is the perfect turn, basically. I turned bang on the line, which meant when the cutscene came back to Leon, I was already turned in the right direction. So as you can see here now, I think this is the good one. So I turned too early and then I had to back into it. So there we are, there's the good 2 shots, stagger through, there we go. Now here's the perfect turn. I hit aim bang on this line, so when it comes back to Leon, I'm already facing that way. But the zombies weren't having it, they didn't want me to go through that time. So guys, that's the end of the tutorial. I hope this helps. We have a Discord, I'll leave it in the description below. There's a lot of like-minded runners in there, great people like Sweaker, Mogul, you know, that we all help each other out. I learned a lot from this from a guy called Nabson, who was literally fantastic and was telling me where I was going wrong and what I should be doing, and as far as I'm concerned, I'm just paying his kindness forward, and that's why I've done this video. I will be doing more videos of this. We will be doing Claire A, we will be doing Leon B, and we will be doing Claire B. And I'll also do RE1, Jill and Chris, any percent, no major glitches. I'm just trying to simplify this. There's a lot of brilliant tutorials out there. A lot of brilliant tutorials. They are advanced strats, or they're 3.5, 4 hours long. I've tried to keep this as, you know, short as I possibly can by doing a playthrough and just talking over it. If you've liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more content like this, just hit the subscribe button because I'll be doing more of it. Like I said, the Discord link will be down below. Please join it. You know, I'm not going to force anyone to do it, but if you are serious about this, we'll help you. You know, we're a great community there, and we just like to see more people running this game. So with that note, I'll say goodbye. I hope you have a great day, and hopefully this video helps you.